The route to a Manhattan Beach Open title is filled with 2 stops. 1, make it to Sunday. 2, win it all. We now have center court action taking shape as our middle day Saturday wears on, where a trip to Sunday is on the line. Welcome back to the AVP Heritage Series. This is the MBO, the Manhattan Beach Open, the granddaddy from just south of the iconic Manhattan Beach Pier. Theo Brunner and Trevor.Crabb taking the sand against Cody Caldwell and Sean Cook. It is a top seeds matchup. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn. Rich, what are you looking for in this one out of each of the top seeds if they were to win and advance? What do you want to see?
Well, I'm interested to see the kind of chip on the shoulder of Trevor.Crabb and Theo Brunner. You know, they narrowly missed out on a spot in Paris. You know that that's something that Trevor in particular is looking to remind everyone that he's not someone to be forgotten here this weekend. He's kind of been the king of this place for 3 of the last 4 years. And of course, Sean and Cody looking to back up their great performance in Huntington Beach. So this should be quite a battle.
Sean and Cody, a team rising, and we're just getting through the action here on Stadium. Our first 2-setter was last. Does this one go 2 or 3? We'll find out, but it all starts with Mark Sherman and the player intros.
It is time to send one team to Sunday. It is time to send one team to the semifinals here at the Manhattan Beach Open. Both these teams 3-0 coming into this one on this gorgeous Saturday midday. Let's do it. Let's meet the teams. First off, it's a fun team to watch, isn't it? Yes, they are. They're fun because they have Coach Mike Dodd. That's number 1, of course. Incredible. This first guy, everybody, out of... All right, you're finishing off your water. All right, let's go to this guy first. He is so much fun to watch. Yes, out of Scotland, out of England, now here in the sunny South Bay. Just absolutely entertaining. He will feed off of your energy, Manhattan Beach. Let me hear it for Sean Cook. This is the make it to Sunday. And after a great finish in Huntington, this could basically secure their spot in the league with a win right now. Out of Newport Beach, California, out of Loyola of Chicago, let me hear it for Cody Caldwell. And their opponents coming in as the number 1 seed. We're going to start with the big fella. The big fella out of Ridgefield, Connecticut, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, how fun is he to watch way above and over the net. Is it time to take control up there, Theo? Maybe, yeah, we'll see what we get. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Theo Brunner. And his partner, yes, he is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-time winner on the AVP. He is a 3-time Manhattan Beach Open champion, ladies and gentlemen, out of Honolulu. Give it up for Trevor.Crabb.
One year ago on this same sand, these teams met. Brunner and Crabb 21-15, 21-6. You know Caldwell and Cook remember having a 6 hung on them in the semifinals.
Yeah, that's astounding. That's very difficult to do, and certainly I wouldn't expect a repeat of that here. Cody and Sean, much different players this year, I would say, than in that match last year.
Certainly have been a team on the rise, Caldwell and Cook. In that match, Trevor.Crabb hit 737, and they start on Theo Brunner, who has the first side out. Had 6 blocks during that match to go with 16 digs from Trevor. So if your guy's digging the ball 16 times in 2 sets, 2 quick sets, and he's hitting 700, that's working out for your son.
That works well. That's how the other side has a 6 next to their name.
So we'll see what the story is told here in 2024. Trevor.Crabb with the serve, and that will be down the middle. A little bit of confusion. Cook has to chip it, and he takes the confusion from his side and passes it over.
It's the confusion baton.
The 2x100 exchange. Tr.Crabb dealing with off play. A lot of swirling wind is the report from down on stadium.
Yeah, and it looks that way in the play. We saw it a little bit in the last match here on Stadium Court. Some of the setting tough to locate perfectly, and already seeing some squirrely plays out here on Stadium in this one.
Down the line, working on Caldwell, one-time Loyola Chicago star, and he comes up with a kill. A very long, lean attacker.
I was going to say, he's kind of sneaky long. Now, obviously, you look at him and he's got those long limbs, but his attack point very high. Does a nice job driving that ball deep, and that's something you have to do. It's the big block of Theo Brunner, one of the biggest in the world.
6'6", now 31 years old. Caldwell with the serve there. He'll pull, and not far enough. Crabb heats it up to the corner.
I don't know if a lot of people talk about that element of the game with Theo Brunner, kind of the out-of-system setting, something he's improved vastly over the last few years, and really one of the reasons why they are the 1 seed in this tournament.
That ball passed up for the option. However, it was given to Theo Brunner, and that's a bad idea.
That's another way in which the wind impacts these games, right? When people are trying to push those balls into the option zone, you overcook it a little bit, and it's thank you very much from Theo Brunner.
Brunner and Crabb have not dropped a set here in Manhattan Beach in defense of their title. That ball's got to go over, and it will not. They have not allowed more than 18 points in any set, and they have not lost a single set. Both players hitting 500 or better, and issuing 8 aces on only 6 errors. So they've been putting a lot of pressure on their opponents.
Yeah, not really known as a big serving team either, so that's impressive numbers.
This is a winner's bracket matchup, so 3 victories for the side of Caldwell and Cook. They had an exciting one against Trevor and Brian Wilcox. Really close first set. They took over in the second. They said Trevor started ripping the ball from the service line, gave him some trouble. Sean told me, he said, I'm glad Tri wasn't doing that the entire match.
That's an important concept, though, right? Kind of that weather the storm mentality, because especially you get into the latter stages of tournaments, the players are some of the best in the world, so you're going to get a storm at some point coming your way. Can you weather it? Can you wait it out?
Brunner and Crabb out to a good start, 6-4, set 1. Kevin Barnett alongside gold medalist Rich Lamborn. Chip shot trying to utilize some wind perhaps in the swirl. Instead it's in the tape.
It'll be kind of interesting to see the various strategies, right? Because we kind of think that that pier side, the far side that Brunner and Crabb occupy currently, is the better of the 2 sides. Wind blowing off the water and a little bit into their face. So what do you do on the bad side?
Yeah, I wonder with the swirl going on, how much is really the bad side? I mean, it might be, as you said, the serve here, but also the swirl happening more on the left-hand side of your screen. Caldwell and Cook. That's where we saw the errors 2 matches ago. And sometimes Theo's just tall.
Yeah, tall and sneaky explosive. I mean, he just elevates out of the sand and snaps it right over the top of big Cody Caldwell. I think if there's a swirl, you identify which direction the swirl's going. You spin your toss the opposite direction and try to neutralize it.
That's next level. Theo Brunner, now 39 years old, originally out of Connecticut, went to Santa Barbara ages ago. 17 years on the AVP.
6-8, both these teams have won their first 3 matches, 2 yesterday, 1 this morning. They look to go undefeated into Sunday. A loser in this match will have to play 1 more time this afternoon.
That ball just out of bounds. Looked like a little bit of a push at the end there from the wind.
Yeah, right idea. And Sean and Cody are going to need to keep up that sort of aggressive mindset from the end line if they're going to get themselves back into this first set. Tremendous play from Cody Caldwell, scurrying up there quickly to get to that short serve. There it is. Sean Cook staying aggressive, going on 2.
Brunner crossbody easily and a win. 10-7, looking smooth. Brunner and Crabb looking like the #1 seed.
And no hiccups in their game thus far.
Line and Tr.Crabb is there. Kind of shorted that contact. Didn't matter. Theo Brunner cleaned it up.
Good set, even a little bit inside, but Trevor staying high and hard off the right hand of Caldwell for the point.
Lord Brunner with the serve. Termination out of bounds. No touch on the block. Another error. Now 12-7 the lead. If you don't follow Theo Brunner on social, you should. Way funnier on social and in text than in person.
It's probably most of us when we've got time to kind of think and concoct statements and responses.
And strangely enough, his best battles have come against his partner.
His partner, yeah.
Tr.Crabb. King Crabb 808.
Yeah, I don't know that there is a function in Tr.Crabb's mind, you know, that looks like, should I send this?
There's no filter.
There's no filter.
Back set just to the right of the court. That one kept alive, scooped up and over. Theo again. This time Cook is there. Cook checks down, puts it away.
Fantastic play from Cook and Caldwell. I really like Caldwell putting that set extra high so Cook has time to get up, have a look, put it away in transition.
So technical timeout reached in what is now a 12-9 set. Of course, looking at defending champs here. Crabb, Taylor Sanders still in the mix. Tri-born Tr.Crabb, Tri-born Tr.Crabb. Tr.Crabb read pretty. I think Rich Lamborn called that one.
Yeah, well, that kind of goes back to your social media battles thing and Trevor's battles going against largely Theo Brunner, because there was, dare I say, an icy relationship between Trevor and Reed going into that tournament.
There was. You see Mike Dodd here, speaking of legends and people that have been Manhattan Beach Open champions. He's coaching Caldwell and Cook at the moment, and also had an opportunity to catch up with some of the other legends that are out here today enjoying the Manhattan Beach Open. There are 15 MBO titles between the 6 men seen here from left to right. Randy Stoklos, Tim Hovland, Jim Menges, Steve Obradovich, Mike Dodd right there on the far right, and in between he and Obradovich, I skipped over St. John Smith.
St. John.
Can't skip him. Now, quiz question. One of these men doesn't have multiple MBO titles. Who is it?
Shoot, I would guess it's OB, but
Steve Obradovich, 1 title.
Immortal is immortal, though, if your name's on the pier, I suppose.
1976. Do you know who his partner is in that victory?
1970.
Another person with multiple titles.
Was it Menges?
No, Marlowe.
Chris Marlowe.
Yep.
Chris Marlowe,
back
multiple
in
titles.
The Hasselhoff hair days of Chris Marlowe. Now, those of you playing along a little trivia at home as we continue the first set here. The first 5 Manhattan Beach titles from 1960 to 64 were won by the same pair. Who was it?
One more time with the question.
First 5 Manhattan Beach Open titles, as that ball is hit off the block out of bounds with some aggression and heat, were won by the same pair, 1960 to 1964. Who was that pair?
I want to say Menges lead. Is that
You're
too early?
You're a little too early for Menges, yeah.
Okay. Is it Selznick?
Oh, you're close. Selznick wins in 65, so it's Mike
Ron
Bright.
Lang.
Yeah, you're around it. Ron Lang and Gene Selznick win in 65.
Dang.
It's Mike Bright and Mike O'Hara.
Okay.
Won the first 5.
Bright O'Hara. Darn it. I only studied to the 70s.
All the old guys at their house yelling at the TV. Yeah. I hope you had the right answer.
Mike and Mike, my apologies.
All right, 14-11 here on the strength of this little creative effort.
Really nicely done. Could you imagine the absolute mouth on the team of Obradovich and Marlowe?
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
That ball dug by Cook just over. Theo left side. Nope. This will have to go. And that will go to the sand from Cody Caldwell.
He just has that whip, doesn't he? Kind of looks long and loopy, but he cracks it on that ball.
I think it's the modern volleyball body, right? So much of the training focused on functional movement, not a lot of it on raw power. For a long time, the function was power. You'd have a lot bulkier athletes. So many of them now are just lean. Trevor maybe being the exception there. That one popped up.
Trevor's got some guns.
He does. Going the opposite way is Tr.Crabb. 15-12.
Yeah, starting to get some footing defensively, though, are Caldwell and Cook. Bodes well for them going forward. Just got to tighten up their side-out game.
Another bit of trivia. Tr.Crabb went to Long Beach State, but he went to a school before that. What school? Oh, nice run there. The School of Defense right now.
That's right.
And he's teaching. The adjunct professor with another dig. Bump set. Not yet. Theo wanted to hit that one, could not. Rally of the match. And a salute from Manhattan Beach.
That's right. Get your lactic acid scrubbers out and wring those legs.
Can you put on a Normatec in a timeout? Can you quickly get it on and get a couple of cycles in? I'm going to talk to Anthony Katz about that, see how we get some quick action.
That's right.
Yeah, that was my favorite right there, the crawl. And Theo wanted to attack that one, could not. Trevor with the save. Now, trust me when I tell you the next rally was not as good. You haven't missed anything. 15-14.
It did involve a miss hit from Theo Brunner, just wide. So that rally taking its toll. A good opportunity here for Seain and Cody.
A long run for Caldwell. It was a little slow to get up after the last few plays here. Keep an eye on if that's just frustration.
Yeah, I think that's exhaustion, maybe a little bit of kind of flooring yourself right on the sand in full pursuit. One of the luxuries they do have out here on the AVP versus the international tour is some time to collect yourself, wipe off the sand.
And depending on the venue, a little bit extra space to run.
That's very true.
Theo Brunner having none of that on too. 17-14.
Yeah, that might be a little leg exhaustion, Kev. You know how important the legs are in serve receive, and if they're weary, you can sometimes flatten that pass out just a little too much.
Working on Caldwell some more. Another sketchy pass, and he will just detonate cross court.
Weary schmeary.
I think he heard you, Rich. Took it as a challenge.
Oh yeah, he was equal to that challenge without a doubt. Great swing, Cody Caldwell.
Brunner and Crabb as a partnership. Left-hand side of your screen with 4 victories, 2 on the FIVB, 2 on the AVP. As Rich mentioned earlier, just barely missing qualification for Paris this past Olympic Games. The other side, a couple of Tour Series wins for Caldwell and Cook. They're looking for their first Heritage Series victory, and there's another heater.
I like that Cody's staying aggressive against the big block of Theo Brunner. It can be intimidating up there going at the big fella, but I mean, that is action happening high above the tape, Kevin.
I've always thought if you're an elite level indoor attacker, one block is one block. It's a lot less than you're used to seeing. And I get that there's sand, but it really doesn't bother guys like Taylor Sander, Reed Pretty, Cody Caldwell. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, it's I think what the indoor players come with oftentimes is a little bit more of an aggressive mentality, right? They're not in that shooting mode.
More defense from Cook, still looking for a good transition. He won't need it here. An error. 18-17, side change.
This was the battle we expected, Kevin.
Well, no one's getting a 6 hung on him here in the first set.
These teams are who we thought they were. Keep it in the Eagles family.
There you go. Well, Herm Edwards. Why do you play? We play to win the game.
That was not Herm, though. The we are who they thought they were. Wasn't that Denny? Shoot. I have to look into that one.
Well, now we're all tied up.
Great shot there.
Good call, Rich. Denny Green, Vikings, Cardinals coach. Again, those yelling at their television or phone.
Yeah.
We got there.
Yeah, I could picture him. I even referenced him as an Eagles guy, which is also incorrect.
Yeah, you were thinking of Dungy.
Yeah.
Or Herm Edwards, sorry. Not Dungy, Herm Edwards. Come on! He is the miracle in the Meadowlands. All right, now Caldwell and Cook are tying it up, 19 apiece. All right. Timeout called. Mike Dodd, an opportunity to talk to his young team, trying to take this first set. A couple of errors from Trevor here.
I mean, certainly we call that an error in the Anders Christensen school of volleyball, that he decided to get blocked by Cody Caldwell. You and I have it as just a nice blocking move from the aforementioned Cody Caldwell.
If he waits too long, the ball gets blocked here.
This is the quietest player booth that you will ever come across. These two gentlemen. No words needed. You just need two to take this first set. On the other side, you heard a little bit of mention of the wind. Get that ball too high in the air and the wind is going to get a hold of it. A little stronger wind than yesterday, still coming slightly from the south and knifing into our stadium. Coming in through that corner just on the left side of your screen. From behind our general admission. You want to come down and post up early tomorrow if you're going to join us for the finals. If not, we'll be right here on Valley Live for the semis. We'll be on Ion TV for the finals. All right, who's moving on in this first set? Looking at one more set and a trip to Sunday. Still working on Crabb. Opportunity to turn. Not yet. Right into the face of Caldwell.
That's such a tough opportunity. That ball got so high on Sean Cook, he couldn't put it quite where he wanted to. Transition for Cody, they just had to kind of shovel it back over. Hard to stop Trevor when he's got too many chances.
Set point, Brunner-Crabb, not yet, no, beautifully done, lots of open sand available for Cook.
Yeah, Trevor a little bit early with that move on that play. I think you can see him sliding over that line real quickly. Easy for Seain to see and hit that great cut shot.
So we're going overtime. Second set point upcoming here for Crabb and Brunner.
Yeah, good kind of show and take move from Cody Caldwell at the net, but we know how adept Tr.Crabb is at hitting line shots and a variety of them.
A little too much loop on that one. Blackjack's on the board. Side switch in order. So 2 set points fought off. Caldwell and Cook. What's the best recipe here to get the ad back?
I think Cody's going to go right after this serve. He's on the good side. Going to go at Theo Brunner likely. Oh, no. Great turn down the line.
Brunner with the save. Oh, and another save off the hands. There's some chatter.
A little bit of chatter, a little bit of a sportsman-like high five underneath the net once the ball hit the sand. But how about that contact right there? The critical one in that side out. Great run-through set from Theo Brunner.
Good smile there from Cody. Love the competition. Third chance to close this set. Caldwell, and it's out of bounds. Got just enough heat on it.
So 2 good blocks that just barely missed from both sides.
We're now on to Deuces Wild. 4 of a kind on the board. Cook all over it for the lead. Yes. Reversal of fortune. First set point for Caldwell and Cook.
Not sure what happened there. It looked like Theo got hung up a little bit. Watch this.
Is that the Sand Monster?
Interesting, because he never kind of made the move. He's sort of moving around like maybe something grabbed his toe.
Set point. No.
And that's just a really good swing, high, hard, up the middle. Theo Brunner.
That ball left inside. Pushed.
Ooh.
And they're going to call it.
Interesting how long they waited to make that call.
So the claim is that there was not simultaneous contact. Now, there's no review, no challenge. You be the judge at home.
Yeah, that is a really tight call, though. I mean, that play, it's probably technically the correct call at this juncture, and as often as that play is allowed to go, an interesting call.
Set point number 4. With authority. Producer Spence would like everyone to know that the ball never lies.
That's right.
It's never been caught.
The volley karma lesson from producer Spence.
The ball, no rap sheet.
The George Washington Wilsons.
There you go. Brunner will go behind and then go angle. So we'll be on to our 5th set point for Brunner and Crabb. 6th overall. They fought off 1. Caldwell and Cook hanging tough. And that ball is missed. So for all those excellent plays throughout the overtime, it ends 26-24. Caldwell and Cook find themselves trailing. Crabb and Brunner find themselves on the cusp of a Sunday berth.
Okay, so here's the deal. Originally, we were trying to do an Olympic breakdancing.
So what's on the plate here? What's at stake? a berth into Sunday. And on Sunday, you could put yourself into the league with a victory here at the Manhattan Beach Open. Put yourself on the pier and on to one of these teams, the New York Nitro, the Dallas Dream, the Brooklyn Blaze. A new day for the AVP League. We had a chance to catch up with a variety of different players about the league. I think you'll recognize the gentleman we're about to hear from.
I mean, all the stops look great. Obviously, there's some great volleyball communities in each of those places. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I'm happy that, you know, there's a few in the local area as well, in LA. So yeah, excited.
Yeah, excited is the right word about the league. And here's how you qualify. Of course, you win, you're in. Tr.Crabb, Taylor Sander already in via their victory earlier this year in Huntington Beach. Like the little crown that you get when you get in.
Yeah, that's right.
It's nice. Now, if you don't win, you have to do well in the points throughout the 3 Heritage events to get in.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't recognize that guy. No, but this match is important for 2 different reasons for both of these teams, right? Seain and Cody looking to kind of stamp their great finish in Huntington and all but assure their way into the league with a win here. But Trevor and Theo didn't have the opportunity to play in Huntington, so they would love to get a win and just assure themselves in a different way.
Right, it's going to be best 2 of 3, so a good performance here as well as a good performance in Chicago should help. The Heritage events concluding Labor Day weekend. Hope you'll join us there in beautiful downtown Chicago, and the league will get started 2 weeks later. September 14, 15, Los Angeles will be the start. Los Angeles will be the finish 9 weeks later for the championship. In between, we can find you all over the United States. We'll have tickets and venue information coming out next week, so you can plan the endless summer. It beats Robin Banks.
You're still allowed to wear a mask if you come attend any of those.
Yeah, you could
get your Nixon
impression.
There you go.
We were both going Nixon. I like that.
It's hard to remember the other ones that they had Reagan for sure.
I think LBJ was in there.
LBJ?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they calls him out. LBJ, we get.
Utah. Let's play 2. Here we go. Brunner and Crabb in a tight first one. Can they dominate in the second? It'll be Tr.Crabb with the kill there to get us open at 1-0. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic gold medalist and then beach coach Rich Lamborn, taking you through our Manhattan Beach Open Survival Saturday. Someone's going to get sent to the contenders bracket out of this match, and someone is just going to go and get their body right for a run on Sunday. Easy for me to say. An error, and it's 2-0.
It's always interesting to see how teams bounce back from a tight battle in an opening set. Right, Cody and Seain had a couple opportunities, weren't able to capitalize, and Trevor and Theo able to kind of steal it away right there at the end.
An angled approach on the left, that looking very indoor.
Yeah, and that is what he has been most successful with here in this match thus far. Cody Caldwell with that whip.
Caldwell in that first set hit just 381, had 3 errors that cost him on the 11 of 21. That ball pushed up to the net. Brunner, not a lot of vision, but he finds it anyway off the hands, and it's 3-1. Theo Brunner hit 313 in that first set. His partner Trevor.Crabb hit 500, and interestingly, not a single ace issued by either team. Although nearly issued there. Caldwell banging into the block. Theo dominating.
Yeah, just tremendous handwork from Brunner up there. That was a great swing from Cody Caldwell. Tremendous amount of power. Watch the right hand. And just keeps that press towards the court. Gets it to drop in the corner.
If you're blocking the ball that deep, doesn't matter. It's not getting returned.
Very, very true.
Brunner serve, run to the net. He'll be blocking against Cook. A little push.
Yeah, it's interesting. He kind of goes up with his hand up in the air, waiting to make the decision, hit or shoot, and just kind of pikes on that one.
Sean Cook coaching at Miracosta on the beach side, doing a bunch of private lessons as well, all volley all the time. For Sean, working with Mike Dodd and Patty Dodd in their beach club as well.
MB Sand, a fixture here in the South Bay.
Indeed. You'll see the van. You'll see the sprinter around. Bad pass. No ace, but an opportunity. Jump set and tap down. Easy peasy. And the old timers wince. That looks clean.
Curious to see if Sean hits on 2. It's always kind of fascinating to watch the ratio of setting the second ball versus hitting the second ball.
Well, there's hitting the second ball and failing. All of a sudden we are tied at 4. Nice body control from Caldwell there, going towards the net with the block and not following through into the net. Excellent touch from Theo, who turns and converts.
And really good communication as well from Tr.Crabb. You could hear him call that ball as kind of Theo looked to find it off of his hands. Puts up a beauty for Theo to tee off on.
I feel like it's gone a little tennis here in the stadium midday. Oh, the fans are just wilting in the sun, or what's going on? That ball's wide. Costly error there with nobody up.
Yeah, good swing, but just trying to be a little too precise from a compromised position, perhaps.
Brunner, full head of steam. Smooth, businesslike, and golf claps ensue. 7-4.
Yeah, that.
We need a spectacular play here to light the crowd up.
It's been an interesting aspect of this game that there's been a few less than perfect receptions from Cody Caldwell, which I think is surprising to me considering his background.
Well, a couple of hitting errors too have been costly.
Yeah.
In this set, the lead is now 4, and you're in danger of losing touch. Timeout called by Caldwell and Cook. They lost that first set 26-24. You wonder how much wind that took out of the sails.
Yeah, those two things do tend to go hand in hand a lot as well, right? If your reception gets a little bit loose, it makes the attack all the more difficult.
I say, who took his chair? Mike Dodd. Bring his chair back. These guys are looking a little bit down at the moment. How would you pick them up? You're coaching right now. You're in the box with these two guys. This moment, 8-4. You lost that close first set. I'll let you chew on that one for a minute, Coach Lamborn. Let's look at our men's seeds. Top 4 still in. One loss for Buttinger Evans. They're in the contenders bracket. Dalhauser-Drost just saw them pick up a victory and stave off elimination on Stadium. Smith and Weber already gone. I had them on my factors list coming in after being quite a factor in Huntington. Baumgren and Field, I asked what happened. Troy Field told me we just weren't good. All right, Rich, you're trying to get your guys, Caldwell and Cook. They're paying for you to stay in a hotel room, not making you sleep on the floor internationally. They're treating you well. What kind of good advice are you issuing?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of my default advice, but I always think it's pertinent that we just have to kind of narrow our focus, right? We need to start with one good serve reception, let that lead to a good set, good side out, and then we kind of go from there. We need to stay aggressive from the service line. But first of all, we need to shore up our side out. And that starts in serve receive. Can't get it all back at once, right? We're trailing by 4 Let's just keep chipping away. It's the Carl McGowan, you know, a tree is not chopped down with one fell swoop.
What would be your advice for the crowd right now? Because their game is a little bit off too. They're just a little sleepy.
Yeah, my crowd advice would be to hydrate, make sure we got our sunscreen situation in order, and let's get behind these great athletes out here.
Maybe we'll bring down the fire hoses or something, European style. Another error on the side of Cook and Caldwell. Remember, whoever loses here will have more volleyball to be played today. We're going to be all the way into our semifinal matchups by the time we join you tomorrow morning.
Hi, Mike.
That time finding the sand is Cody Caldwell. The unfortunate thing about beach volleyball is if you're struggling, they will find you. You'll get more opportunities to struggle. Endless opportunities.
There is nowhere to hide when you make up 50% of the team. Yeah, it's you know, a big factor in all these matches, but especially kind of tight sets, and then if you find yourself in a little bit of a hole, is frustration management. Right, you could see that kind of exhortation from Cody Caldwell after they switch sides. A little bit frustrated out there, and obviously that can spiral the wrong way if you don't sort of manage it well.
Trevor, smoothly done, dropped short side.
It's always bad news if you're a little bit on the frustrated side and your opponent on the other side of the net's Tr.Crabb, because he's going to let you know about it.
Kind of like that. I mean, he actually is wearing the black hat after figuratively wearing it all the time. Tr.Crabb, kind of a throwback himself. Certainly he and his brother both. Just being volleyball grinders who love the game. Right side, kind of high middle there.
Yeah, I mean, that is the go-to shot right now for Theo Brunner, particularly from the right side when he goes around back. He's just staying high, going right over the top of the block through the middle. It's a very, very good swing.
Yeah, it seems like they made the adjustment there. You have the defense moving over to that angle, but still not undiggable. Oh, they are really working on Cody Caldwell here. That ball's still alive.
That is close to what we needed for the crowd, though, Kev. You heard some oohs and ahs.
They are paying attention. This would be a completely legal play, by the way. One block, and then it would be a standard contact. You can use your feet.
And it would be the greatest soccer move an American player's ever made on a volleyball court. And Sean's pretty dialed right now. It's just a matter of if Cody can kind of settle into the game that we're accustomed to seeing out of him.
All right, 12-7. The lead is 5, but still plenty of time. That ball needs to be hit. Cook will oblige. Dug by Crabb. Right side. This time blocked by Caldwell. Welcome back to the match, crowd.
Great block from Caldwell, but how about that dig from Tr.Crabb as well? We see the finishing play. Sean absolutely walloped that ball, and Crabb just stood in there and took it, dug it perfectly.
Theo from the left side, still working that angle. Cook is underneath it. Pokey to the back line is good. There's a nice little collaboration between partners.
Good synchronicity on the side of Caldwell and Cook, and 12-9, I'll tell you, it feels a whole lot better than 13-8 at the midway point of a set. You feel like you're within reach still here.
Technical timeout, and a little more emotion, a little more chatter here, a little more energy inside the player box already.
Up on the pier, right where the pier meets the Strand.
They're NADC burgers.
Looking to get some audio in there.
Say not damn chance. NADC, the country's best double Wagyu burger.
Getting a whole lot of Mark Sherman instead.
At the AVP 10.
Looking back at Mike Dodd, mentioned the number of Manhattan Beach Open titles. At one point from 82 to 85, Mike Dodd and Tim Hovland won them all. The Big Game Hunters won 4 in a row. Then they won again in 87. Who'd they lose to in 86? Rich Lambourne and those at home.
Was that a Cartier or was that a Smith-Stokey?
Smith-Stokey.
Yep.
I don't know. Do you get credit for throwing out 2 answers to the question? Did that work at BYU? Was that like multiple choice answers that you would put on your exams?
What I did is I learned from my girlfriend that if you answer a question with a question, it can't be pinned to you as an answer.
Rich has a forthcoming book on relationships coming out soon.
Yeah, it's one of those opposite things. If you want to be successful, do everything that I don't do.
It's the Costanza approach.
That's correct.
Caldwell and Cook need to come back here. They've scored a couple. Trying to serve into the wind in the corner and not doing it, much to his frustration. Sean Cook. Is that ball wide? Indeed it is.
Ooh. No, that got some sideline, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, called in.
It was very close. That was a good swing from Cody Caldwell because that set got a little bit back off the net.
Whew, right on the edge.
Yeah. Great camera work from our crew.
Trevor with some open sand, detonates.
Yeah, doubling up on the line defensively too that time, Cody and Sean.
For a while it was never Trevor. Just couldn't get over the hump in the final. And then all of a sudden it was always Trevor, especially here in Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, there was a 3-year stretch where it was forever Trevor, people were saying. Ooh, yeah.
Well, that's going to help on the other side.
That was a good call too. You could see his hands just kind of release that ball a little wonky. Have a look. Yeah. Sometimes, as you know, when we're setting the ball, we can feel that it's a bad contact and we try and do the pull our hands away as quickly as possible.
It's like where you look at the referee basketball after you hand check somebody or something. Don't look at the referee. It's not helping.
You almost indict yourself with that reaction, don't you?
Still no aces in this match. Service hasn't mattered. It's been played all in transition inside out. That ball left shallow, back set, and it's into the cable. Another hitting error. 16-11. Things starting to look bleak for Caldwell and Cook.
Yeah, and that's, again, that set just a little bit further off the net, and Caldwell's looking for it.
In this set, Caldwell in negative territory, and that kill right there might get him back to even. In fact, it does. Now 7 kills, 7 errors on 16. So very terminal in this set has been Cody Caldwell. (16-12). Winner moves on to Sunday. They're in to the semifinals. Loser will have a little bit more work to do here in Manhattan Beach, south of the pier. We're glad you're with us from Los Angeles. Kevin Barnett, Rich Lambourne, Cameron Irwin also here all weekend long as that ball is chiseled off the top of Cook, and he gets a few words from Trevor.Crabb. This tournament so much more than simply a volleyball event. It is part of the fabric of the city. That ball is going to be called a lift.
what I saw was in both, and that's what I had. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Trevor.
I'm just saying that's what I saw. I thought you had it both in hands and it stuck too long.
Open hands and stuck too long. Rich Lamborn, that was the call. I don't know.
That will be a foul.
Yeah, I mean, this is in between, right? This is, you're kind of slapping at it, looking to punch it over. Maybe you have to go double axe handle next time. Instead, simply a side out, and apparently that last play was legal.
Yeah. According to the volley karma.
That's right.
The Wilson ball.
The associative property. There's a little highlight. Still down by 4. 3 to go for Brunner and Crabb.
Yeah, there have been plenty of highlights for Caldwell and Cook, but just not consistently enough against this steady team.
Yeah, it has been a very steady, business-like performance. Dare I say, Philantodish from a standpoint of energy.
2 points away. Theo and Trevor in control here in set 2.
Much cleaner contact from Theo Brunner there. And now it's 19-14. Same jump set, same detonation. Excitement reigns.
15-19.
The traveling Codys can stand and cheer. Although I wonder how many people up there are Scottish. They haven't had enough to cheer for here in this match. First set was close. Can they get some sort of comeback going? No, they can't. Simple, raw efficiency takes us to a match ball.
It has been efficient from Crabb and Brunner. If they maintain this kind of form throughout the weekend, they are going to be difficult to stop, and dare I say, we may see Trevor Crabb's name on the pier a 4th time.
Match ball. Cut to the split block. Cook, knuckle set, high looper, gone in this set. This match is over. 26-24, 21-20. Pardon me, 15.
I'd like to point out, Kevin, that I am now 6-0 on the weekend.
All right, well, that's fine. I'll continue working with you, Rich Lamborn, on the next match. Sounds like a plan. So they took 5 to close the first, took just 1 to close the second. Into our semifinals tomorrow go Trevor and Theo. Now they get the hoses out here on stadium court. What they should do is put those into the crowd. Don't just get the sand.
You like the Klagenfurt cheerleaders on fire hose?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We could have some giant emojis up there. Take a look back at this one. First set was close. And kind of a test of physical fitness at times.
It really was, yeah. Kind of a strange start. Some squirrely plays, but then Brunner and Crabb just really settled into that raw efficiency, as you called it, Kev. Appropriately so.
Yeah, hitting north of 400, about 430 for the entire match. Theo Brunner and Trevor Crabb. We'll see you tomorrow, boys. Pack up your stuff, head home. On the other side, Cook and Caldwell, they're going to be back. Look at our stadium court. What remains here? Women's quarterfinal. Cloth and Nuss, Cannon and Crabb. Cloth and Nuss never better than 5th here in Manhattan Beach, trying to better that mark. They were not here last time. They would love to add a little bit of hardware to their closets. Is that where you keep your gold medal, in the closet?
No, no.
All right, men's contenders left to go. We'll see Taylor Crabb, Taylor Sander, Allen, and Lotman coming up later. Much more to come from the Manhattan Beach Open Survival Saturday.